morning, everyone. This is Sibbe Bladh. We are becoming our authentic self more and more. The more we are in our temporary self, the ego, the more selfish we behave. The more selfish is our consciousness. And the more we become our eternal self, the greater we become, the more we feel connected with everything, and that everything is connected to us. The more we are in the temporary, ephemeral self, the less we care about others, the more we see life as a fight against others. We feel very much separated from others. And as a collective species, we can't be happy without each other. So this is a really sad state when people are in their lower self, in their ego, in their temporary self. But the more a person reaches into their eternal self, the more loving and great they are, the more humble they become. Humble in front of everything, in every situation. It's like this person is ripe, is ready, has lived its life's purpose, and is ready for ascension, to rise from this stage, from this caterpillar stage, and to become the butterfly that our soul is, and thus fulfilling the meaning of life. In this cycle, first we was crying when we were separated from our mother, from our mother's womb. We were separated, and we were an individual little soul. And learning this road, learning everything there is to learn in the human life. Living in that temporary self, realizing that, first realizing the ego, satisfying the ego, stage one. Then in the middle of life it becomes a heavy search, a seeking for that lost spirituality, that lost connection. And then as we become older, the ego dissolves, our needs and desires dissolve, because everything is fulfilled already. And merging more and more with the divine oneness, with destiny, with the destiny of all. And the more humble we become, the more gracious we behave, the more beautiful our soul will shine. The eternal self is undisturbed, omnipotent, everlasting consciousness. And the more you get into that in this life, the more divine you become. And this is termed illumination. You're illuminated by divine light. And according to the ancient masters, the closer we are to the divine, the more bright the light. And the highest consciousness is the highest light in the universe. And we are moving through stages of light. And the more the animal ego, the lower self, dissolve, the more the attributes of the divine self will start to manifesting. It's like this old song, wanty wanty no getty getty, getty getty no wanty wanty. That's life. When you reach the divine stages, you can get anything you want, but by this stage you don't want anything anymore. And in the early stages you wanted everything all the time, but you couldn't get it. One of the absurdities of life, but it's meant to be that way, of course. We are here to learn, to develop, and have to go through these horrible realities, these dreadful happenings and feelings that we have to process in life. It's necessary. And it produces a certain outcome. It produces a soul that can stand in heavy power without breaking down, without behaving strange. So this life, it hardens the soul. After lifetime after lifetime, we are melted down and reassembling. And this strengthens the core in the spirit. Just like iron is molten over and over again to make it harder and better. So is the soul going through this very sad feelings and losses and realities that it faces in life. And be able to bear these energies, make it to a greater soul, to more divine power that can have more responsibility in the universe, in the spiritual world, that can have more control over reality, because reality don't control them any longer. Reality can't touch them. Feelings can't touch them. So they control feelings, they control reality, and has now become a more powerful spirit. And this journey seems to go on forever, merging with the eternity, merging with the oneness, with the highest. And the higher we become, the more we merge with that. We're like generators, walking and talking spiritual generators. Sometimes I do the comparison to show people how much energy moves to the human. It's how many if the human was a robot, how many batteries would you need to drive this robot for 100 years? and it's a ridiculous amount of batteries, of course. And if you take a battery on your tongue, it's going to hurt you. It's strong energy. But humans are a billion times stronger. It takes a billion times the energy to drive a human robot, a biological robot, for 100 years. That is the energy you deal with. And that it's just floating in the air. And you're using it. It's coming from your core also. People don't realize how much energy they possess. Can't believe it. It's like the electric eel who kills alligators with electricity from its body. How does that work? We emanate energy. Our system is a stick of energy, of magic. Anyways, so the more detached you are, the more you are used to travel over the threshold of death by psychedelics or otherwise, the more free you become from the temporary, the lower self, the one that created your life and controlled your human reality. It dissolves and you merge with the beautiful, the higher consciousness, and then you can see through everything. You will know everything. Not much will be a mystery anymore for you. And in that sense, a lot of the bliss go lost. The bliss of seeking and finding comes lost. And you find a stillness, a meditation. And you stay in this vibration of humility, acceptance, balance. When we're younger, going through spiritual stages, it's a lot of turmoil. It's a lot of fantastic, great energies that comes and goes in our life. When we're aging, we're reaching a point of stillness, of tranquility. Knowing you have experienced all those different energies to the highest stage, to the highest Kundalini. And now you're waiting ecstasy, Satchiananda, Samadhi, call it in India, with different stages of ecstasy and love, until we start fainting out from the material and going in strictly to the spiritual world. And this is a scary stage. This is not beautiful or cozy like the New Agers would like you to believe. The final stages of the spiritual masters, eyes are rolling in their head. They're going in and out of unconscious because of the merging with the strong energy of God. And also to show you that is the real reality. That is the purpose, that is the meaning. This physical reality, it was just a world of shadows. It was a shadow world, showing you forms of something greater, but not being it. Only feeling glimpses of this eternal love in this life. But those glimpses are enough to drive you to continue to completion, to continue forever without stop, reaching the eternal quality. those glimpses of love, they teach you what this is about. They make you feel it. And some people, of course, their love is completely connected to ego and intolerance and animalistic defensive behavior. It's not a truly humble, universal, all-encompassing love they deal with, like the great souls have reached. So you can never compare a small soul's version of love with a great soul, with a Mahatma, big spirit. Someone who is liberated from ego and stand above and work for humanity, work for God, work for the purpose, meaning. So that looking at people, we have to assess if they are, how developed they are by watching their action. Watch how ego they are in the action. Watch how comfortable they are to be around. Feel how their wisdom feels. Feel how their energy feels. And if they are in complete animal, ego, lower self stage, if you want to get higher, you have to be careful with that energy because it's contagious. You will be affected. So then you try to deal with like-minded. But also when you have a great feeling inside, a great sense, you're not going to have problem with the lower, with the small ones. You will see them as kids almost. Interact accordingly. But you will need these high souls, these high spirits to share, to elevate energy also. You have to have a union with others. Alright, I'm back at my place. Take care everybody. Bless.